And in the whole process of learning about each other, guess what they started doing? They started liking each other. They started respecting each other. Guys, tell me if you don't subscribe to this. I think the respect for the coaches and the players is stronger than I've ever seen before. And you know why? At the beginning of the year, you knew you had guys in that locker room that may not believe in Nick Sirianni. But all of a sudden, that blind faith started taking over when they started winning. Am I right when I say this? And you know what made the players buy into the coaching staff? Their ability to change. Their ability to change has changed the season around. It's almost Bill Belichick-like. It is almost Bill Belichick-like. I don't know about you, man, but this year is setting up pretty nice for the Eagles. I cannot believe what I am seeing and how this thing is starting to play out for the Eagles here. So Jason Garrett, the offensive coordinator of the New York Giants, gets fired. And who are the Eagles playing this week? So you get Freddie Kitchens calling plays, most likely. Wow. What? The Giants are in chaos. They tried to play hard last night, but I'll tell you this, man. That offensive line that the New York Giants have is going to play right in to the Philadelphia Eagles front seven. The Giants are in chaos. You fire your OC midweek. I mean, come on, man. What, so you could get a better look at Daniel Jones? The guy sucks, man. Now, to be fair here, let me say this to you guys. That offensive line, I don't know if you can get a real valuation off of anybody because they're just not good at. But Dave Gettleman, the general manager of the New York Giants, bro, you've had 4 years to build that O-line, and you can't build that O-line in 4 freaking years? It is an absolute dumpster fire in New York. I mean, this is stuff that the Jets do, not the Giants. Dave Gettleman, I mean, you can tell me all you want about Joe Judge not being the guy as head coach for the Giants, but this Dave Gettleman dude, bro, you've had 4 years. 4 years. 4 years to build an O-line. And, man, you're going against one of the hottest teams in the NFL, the Philadelphia Eagles, this weekend. I'm just saying, dude. And you're on a short work week, too? I don't see it, man. Wow, is this playing out great for the Philadelphia Eagles? All right, guys, as you know, we are going to hit on everything in Week 12 of the NFL. It's Eagles and Giants week. Guys, I know most of you younger folks think that the Eagles and Cowboys are your rival, but when I grew up, it was this. It was Giants and Eagles, okay? It was Giants and Eagles when I was a kid. And by the way, the only reason that hangs behind me, it's my uncle. The Hall of Famer himself, Andy Robustelli's induction into the Giant Ring of Honor jersey. That's his Ring of Honor jersey. That's the only reason it hangs there. And he's my uncle. So, I mean, at least I should get a pass for that a little bit. But this is what it's all about here, baby. This is what it's all about. I can't wait for this weekend. Holy cow. So much news. Dude, I cannot remember a time in the NFL when I've seen so much parity in the sport. I've been telling you this now for the last couple of weeks here. The parity in the league. Are the Buccaneers back? I don't know if you can get a good assessment of where the Bucs are after beating the shitty New York Giants, right? I just don't know, man. I don't know what to make of this year. By the way, as we get started, we always tell you this. Guys, I can't thank you enough, man, on how you guys start to show up. Joey B, Nick, thank you so much, dude. Great compliments, man. Birdman, Ski, Eastside Monster. And in case you're new to the program, What I do, I throw my topics in and my content in, and then I also slide you in. Muhammad, how you doing? It's really a great time. By the way, before we get started here on my topic, I do want to just give you this. Hour number 2, Dave wants that. Dave was not a fan of Jalen Hurts when we had him on the last time. I want to know if his opinion has changed. And does he think that the Eagles are a playoff team now? That'll be in hour number 2. Also, please hit the like button. You guys destroyed the like button the last 2 days. Man, I owe you. Guys, thank you. I owe you. You're making this show the fastest growing sports show on YouTube. It's incredible what's happened. I was talking to Xander. I've reinvented myself here in a way with all of you great Eagle and NFL fans. Thank you so much, man. Please bang on that like button here. I'm going to get to you guys here in a second. By the way, if I miss anything here, okay, please repost what you guys are saying to me because I want to tell you where the topic is going here on this day, okay? All right. The football team is clearly getting better, is it not? It's clearly getting better, the Eagles. They're playing harder. You're watching guys getting everybody's back. I mean, it's fun to watch. And by the way, are you not watching the fans in the stands' reaction to this team? Do you know what I've called this team? I threw this out on my Twitter page at Dan Sileo Show. You know what the nickname is? The Lunch Pail Gang. This is the Lunch Pail Gang. You know how you had Gang Green? This is the Lunch Pail Gang. Just go to work, dude. Grind it out. 50 carries, here we come. 50 carries, here we come, baby. Nothing fancy. No crazy scheming. Nothing like the Rams. There's nothing soft about that Eagle team. That's for damn sure. That football team is Philly. Old Flyers, Bobby Clark. Those old Barkley Sixer teams. Those Mike Schmidt Philly teams. This team is Philly. Get up, go to work, go home, and thank God you have an opportunity to play in such a great fan base. It's inspiring. Nothing fancy about that team. Nothing. Just get up and go to work, dude. Nobody going out acting bigger than the other dude. You know what the personality of that football team is? Hard work. It's not some quarterback bitching and moaning like they got in Cleveland. Well, you know, nobody bitches and cries. Get up and go to work. Go to work, baby. That's what you guys have here. Man, do I love teams like that. Let's just go to work, dogs. Eastside Monster. Rent's due, baby. Let's go earn it. Man, I love that. Gary Cobb said it yesterday too, guys. 23-1, Philly tough. Man, I'm so thankful to be covering and watching this in front of me. Gary Cobb said it yesterday perfectly. Guys, I watched a soft team in the first couple weeks of the season. And this team that I'm watching now, I don't recognize it. It's Mulata going out of bounds, grabbing a guy by his collar. Don't do that to my guy. It's really, really impressive to watch. You've got to give the coaching staff credit here. Guys. No, you're right, man. This thing was painful. You're like, Jesus criminy, we're being embarrassed. Now we're doing this. Fans in the stands cheering, high-fiving. Look at that team just running dudes over. O-line. This is 17 all over again. I thought you had the best groups on D-line and O-line in the league. True bullies. Man, I love this. Got to play bully football, baby. Let's go play some bully football against the Giants this weekend. Man, I love it. All right, let's do this now. And here's the topic. What grade would you give the Eagles head coach, Nick Sirianni, so far this 2021 year? What would be the grade that you would give him? Do you know why I'm going to give him a B? I know they're 5-6. They're underwater still with the Giants on the horizon and then the Jets. Here's why I give him a B. Because he had the insight to change. How many times have you seen coaches in any sport or managers, their inability to change or adapt, or their inability to read the tea leaves, and change? I know thousands of coaches like that, always trying to jam that round peg, into that, square hole, and you're always like, dude, this is not working. And he changed. Okay, we need to help Jalen out. Let's run the ball. And in the whole process of learning about each other, guess what they started doing? They started liking each other. They started respecting each other. Guys, tell me if you don't subscribe to this. I think the respect for the coaches and the players is stronger than I've ever seen before. And you know why? At the beginning of the year, you knew you had guys in that locker room that may not believe in Nick Sirianni. But all of a sudden, that blind faith started taking over when they started winning. Am I right when I say this? And you know what made the players buy into the coaching staff? Their ability to change. Their ability to change has changed the season around. It's almost Bill Belichick-like. It is almost Bill Belichick-like. And I'm not giving them a weak B. I'm giving them a pretty good, strong B here. It's going to tell us a lot how they finished the year now. But they're one of the hottest teams in the league. And you know what's great about this style of football? Guys, the Eagles may lose some games. They may not make the playoffs, but you know what you're going to do? You're going to finish the fucking season off going like this. That football team is going in the right direction. That is one tough team, and that's a team that this city can wrap their arms around. You're proud of it. It's civic pride. Loyal to the soil. Guys, you got something special. You got something special here. I'll give it a strong B. Muhammad says, have to have the ability to adjust. Amen. Anthony, if Philly beats the Giants in Dallas, loses to Las Vegas, we have a chance at the division race. 3 weeks ago, Anthony, I would have said you were high. Now, I'm saying this. Yeah. Dallas has wobbled as of late. Have they not? They have. Muhammad says, you haven't seen him since last week. Chalk it up, Sports Philly. It's important not to play with everything against the Giants. Rival games always end up tough. They always do, no matter what it is. Finish strong, baby. Nick says Dallas is folding. We'll see. Here's one thing I'll tell you, Nick, about their situation in Dallas. I don't respect the head coach. I don't respect Mike McCarthy. I think they have a good football team, but I think their head football coach, I don't know. There's just something about Mike McCarthy I don't like. Just Mike says Dallas is banged up, especially in their offensive line. Ski says he believes Dallas loses 2 more games. Ramon, Giants can't stop the run. Jets will, again, end up being in a situation where we win that game and we're 7-6. McCarthy sucks, Jeff. Dallas has the best quarterback in the division. And I say that with respect to Jalen, who's number 2 right now. By the way, that kid Tyler Heineke, don't be shocked if Washington jumps up on Dallas. They've won 2 consecutive games. That's a defending division champion. This is going to be a very interesting finish to the finish line. Okay? This is going to be a very, very interesting finish, to say the least. Matt says that McCarthy is just another Jerry Jones puppet. You have to be if you want that job. That's right, man. Can't sleep on Washington. I think Washington is starting to feel it a little bit. This Tyler Heineke guy. Hey, watch this. I'm going to say this to you guys. Swice, man, I'm going to say this to you guys. Listen, guys. Washington can beat people, and they're proving it. Ewing, I saw something last year in that playoff game against the Buccaneers. Wasn't it a 1-score game? And that wild card game against the Redskins? That was a 1-score game, wasn't it? Bucs and Redskins last year. Nick, they are in a groove. Here, guys, you want Washington in a groove because you don't want to have the only team in the division that can knock Dallas off. The stronger the division, that helps Philly. You don't want to be like what the Patriots had for 14 years. A shitty AFC East, and they didn't have to worry about anybody in the division forever. When Brady was there, they didn't worry about anybody. You want Washington to be good. Hey, Philadelphia is one of those teams, guys. They're not just going to show up, throw their helmet on Lincoln Financial Field, and the other team is just going to melt. You're going to have to go out there and play 60. You know this. Healthy teams win. Ken, we're now in the part of the season where the war of attrition is going to start rearing its head. That's correct. That's correct. The war of attrition. Who has the better roster? Your boy Howie Roseman has put together a pretty damn good roster. You guys want to know something? According to Pro Football Focus, do you know who the highest graded player was in the NFL last year? Or, excuse me, last week? Darius Slay. Big play Slay was the highest graded NFL player last week. And he's on your Eagle team. By the way, it's Wentz and the Colts versus Brady and the Bucs this weekend. After the way I watched Indianapolis run over the Bills, could they do it against the Bucs? Yeah. That kid Jonathan Taylor's the second best back in the league next to Derrick Henry when Derrick's healthy. How about that game for Wentz? Knock the Bucs off? Bringing them back to the pack. I told you this a couple weeks ago, guys. Everybody is in. They're in this group. 5 and 6. Between the difference between teams this year that are 5 and 6 and 7 and 3 is razor thin. It's razor thin, man. Joey says Bill O'Brien to the Giants. as coordinator. I think they got Freddie Kitchens in there. Maybe next year you're talking, but I think Bill O'Brien's going to get a college job, one of the big jobs. Maybe LSU or maybe even the Gator job. Big Chris, Wentz under 200 yards, but the Colts won big. But Chris, isn't that what you guys were bitching at Carson Wentz about last year? Carson, you don't have to hold on to the ball. You don't have to throw for 300 yards. You don't have to have 20 completions. Win the game. Hell, he was under 150 yards in total offense throwing the ball last week. Win the game. Win the game. I give Nick Sirianni a strong B so far this year. The ability to adapt. Let's run the ball. Let's run the ball. Our quarterback, you know what they did? They started coordinating around Jalen Hurts' deficiencies. Not the most accurate guy. Not the greatest in reading progressions. But you know what, guys? The deep pass and progression reading, they figured it out. Every young quarterback struggles with that. Everybody struggles with that. That is a skill you learn. You can improve your deep throw. You can improve your reading of defenses and progressions. The more studying you do, the more reps you get, the better you get. That's a fact in the NFL. That's a fact. Dante says Jordan Howard is a beast. You're starting to see a pretty good-looking duo in that backfield, aren't you? Nick, Dan, can you imagine when Jalen improves his passing ability? Nick, you mean the same way that Lamar Jackson's improving? Let me say this to you, what Nick just said. That's pretty good. Xander, throw that up, because I'm going to make a comment here on that. If Jalen Hurts improves in his progression reading and his deep throws, he will be as dangerous as Lamar Jackson. He will be as dangerous. Guys, we are now looking at something that we need to have a true conversation about. You got your guy. You got your guy. Don't fuck it up. There's no knee-jerk reaction here. I got 11 draft choices next year. I'm going to have $50 million at minimum under the salary cap. I got 3 first-round draft choices. Build the team correctly. If you can win with Nick Foles, you surely can win with Jalen Hurts. This is turning into one of the best stories in the NFL this year. And here's something else for you to think about. If that football team somehow makes the playoffs, Nick Sirianni will be the NFL Coach of the Year. And we were tar and feathering him 4 weeks ago. Yours truly included in this. Howie will be the executive of the year. Guys, it's not flip-flopping. It's not flip-flopping. It's being proven wrong. Dave says, a jealous Falcons fan here. Look at what Dave just said. Man, you guys have a bright future. The Eagles have a bright future. Look at the Giants right now. Hey, Dave, I don't think your Falcons are that far away. I don't believe that Matt Ryan will be on your football team next year. I think they're going to do the same thing that the Eagles did. They're going to go out and they're going to get a quarterback that's going to be financially reasonable to deal with. By the way, I want to show you guys something to what Dave just said. Guys, can I throw a number at you? This is going to be the most incredible thing that I tell you since we've been doing this about your Eagles. May I say this to you? Jalen Hurts has 2 more years and $3.6 million on his rookie contract. I'll say it again to you, and I want it to resonate. He has 2 more years. 2. And the amount owed to him is $3.6 million. In today's NFL, that might as well be $3.60. You're paying this guy a little over $1 million. That's almost like minimum wage in the NFL. It's like a league minimum deal. Two more years and 3.6. Muhammad just said it. Dak Prescott's getting $42 million this year. $42 million. That team better win the division. Big Chris says Baker's crying about $18 million. Can I tell you something? The difference between Jalen Hurts and Baker Mayfield? Real quick here. You know what Baker's doing right now, right? He's making every excuse he possibly can because the other 31 teams are watching him right now. And do you know what his representatives are going to do? They're going to use this year as a year of injuries. So when the Browns pass on him, they're just going to go, he was injured the entire year, even though he had one of the best rosters in the league. And that's going to be kind of his get out of jail card when he looks for another ball club. Okay? Do I think the Browns move off of him? $18 million is relatively cheap, I think. Okay? Do I think Baker Mayfield is an $18 million a year guy? Absolutely not. No way. He's not better than Jalen. If you had to take Baker Mayfield or Jalen Hurts right now, and knowing the upside, with only 15 starts, who would you take? An $18 million Baker Mayfield next year, or would you take Jalen? Who would you take? Okay? I'm taking Jalen Hurts all night. Chalk it up, Sports Philly. All night. By the way, Joey B, that's probably the question of the day. Okay? How big is Big Sil? It's a 20-plus pounder, bro. Thursday will be a 20-plus pounder. All right. I love the fact that we're talking. Carson Wentz has a big game, too. Yeah, the turkey, baby. 20-pounder, baby. 20, north of 20. You know I'm a leg guy. How you doing? Hey, I don't know about you, but this may come off wrong, but I'm a dark meat guy. I'm a dark meat dude. All right. Howie Roseman, what players should he identify? What positions? I'm going to tell you that. We're going to take a look at some of these games on Thursday, on Turkey Day, this weekend. So Taysom Hill just got a $95 million contract from the Saints. He's not even a starting guy there. What's Jalen Hurts worth? We'll do all that next. You keep it here on the National Football Show.